4 ways to deal with rejection and dating. Did you know that nearly 40% of people fear rejection more than they fear public speaking? That's right. Rejection, especially in dating, triggers the same part of the brain as physical pain, according to studies by neuroscientists at UCLA. That's why it feels so intense. It's not just in your head. Your brain is wired to react this way. But what if I told you that rejection doesn't have to break you? In fact, when handled the right way, it can make you stronger, more confident, and even more attractive in the long run. And here's the best part. Stick around until the end, because I have a bonus tip that will completely shift the way you see rejection forever. Trust me, this one is a game changer. Welcome to Emma, your go-to channel for real, relatable advice on nating the complexities of love and relationships. One, appreciate that rejection is complex. Rejection hurts not just emotionally, but scientifically. Your brain treats it like a physical wound because we're wired for connection. That's why it feels like a punch to the gut when someone you're interested in doesn't feel the same way. It's not just in your head, it's biology. But here's where most people go wrong. They make rejection about themselves, when in reality, it's often about circumstances you can't control. Think of it this way. You apply for your dream job, you have the qualifications, the experience, even the perfect interview, but then you get an email saying, "We've decided to go in a different direction." Does that automatically mean you weren't good enough? No, maybe they had an internal candidate lined up. Maybe they were looking for something specific that wasn't even on the job listing, or maybe just wasn't the right fit. Dating works the same way. Sometimes rejection isn't about you at all. It's about timing, personal preferences, or things that have nothing to do with your worth. Imagine you're tuning into a radio station. You might be searching for your favorite music, but if the frequency is off, all you get is static. That doesn't mean the station is bad. It just means it's not the right frequency for you. The same goes for relationships. Not everyone you meet will be tuned into your wavelength, and that's okay. The biggest mistake you can make is seeing rejection as proof that something is wrong with you. It's not. It's just redirection, a sign that this wasn't meant for you, but something better is still ahead. And when you start seeing rejection that way, you take back control. Instead of asking, "What did I do wrong?" you start asking, "What's next?" And that shift changes everything. To allow yourself to feel your emotion. You don't have to be a tough guy or an unbothered queen to deal with rejection. In fact, trying to act like it doesn't affect you can actually make things worse. Bottling up emotions doesn't make them disappear. It just buries them deeper where they can come back stronger. Later studies show that unprocessed emotions lead to stress buildup, which can eventually show up as anxiety, self-doubt, or even depression. And that's the last thing you want to carry, the weight of one rejection into your future relationships, making you more guarded, cynical, or hesitant to put yourself out there again. Here's the truth. It's okay to feel bad for a moment. You're human. Getting rejected stings because it taps into your deepest fear, the fear of not being enough. But here's what you need to remember. Just because you feel something doesn't mean it's true. Think of emotions like waves at the beach. When they hit, they can feel overwhelming. If you just let them pass, instead of fighting against them, they naturally fade away. The same goes for rejection. You don't have to run from your feelings, just don't let them control you. So what can you do? Acknowledge what you feel, but don't unpack and live there. Instead of drowning in negative thoughts, try something productive. Write down your feelings, talk to a friend, or even journal about what you're experiencing. Studies show that putting your emotions into words helps you process them faster and reduces their intensity. American Psychological Association, rejection is a moment, not a definition. The sooner you acknowledge what you're feeling, the sooner you can move forward with clarity, confidence, and a stronger sense of self. Before we proceed, If you find value in this video, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us grow and makes you an integral part of our journey, and we deeply appreciate your contribution. Now let's return to our discussion 3 root, your value in your character. Rejection doesn't define your worth, your character does, but too often people tie their self-esteem to whether someone chooses them or not. If your self-worth is based on external validation, you'll always feel unstable, constantly seeking approval and questioning yourself when things don't go your way. The secret: make your value non-negotiable. Think about some of the most successful people in the world. J.K. Rowling was rejected 12 times before she finally published Harry Potter. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Imagine if they had taken rejection personally, if they had let it define them. They didn't. Instead, they doubled down on their worth, kept going, and proved that their value wasn't up for debate. The same applies to you. Rejection is not a measurement of your worth. It's just a mismatch. But if you let it shake you, if you let it make you question yourself, you give it power over you, and you don't need to do that. Think about what actually makes you valuable. Your kindness, your intelligence, your resilience. These are things no rejection can take away from you. Instead of thinking, why wasn't I good enough for them? Shift your mindset to, are they even a good match for the kind of person I am and the kind of life I want? This is where most people get it wrong. They chase validation instead of focusing on alignment. But here's the truth: when you fully own your worth, rejection stops feeling like a loss, and instead it feels like filtering out the wrong fit, and that's powerful. So here's my challenge to you: stop letting external opinions define you. The moment you stop seeking validation and start owning your value, rejection loses its power over you, and that's when real confidence begins. 4. Don't take it personally and keep moving forward. Rejection isn't a stop sign, it's just a detour. But when it happens, it's easy to take it personally, to assume it's about some flaw in you, some reason you weren't good enough. The truth most of the time, rejection isn't even about you at all. People have their own preferences, baggage, and circumstances that shape their decisions. Maybe they just got out of a relationship and aren't ready for something new. Maybe they have personal struggles they don't talk about. Maybe they're looking for something so specific that even the most amazing person wouldn't fit. And none of that has anything to do with you. Think of it this way: have you ever walked into a store, seen a great pair of shoes, and decided not to buy them? Maybe they weren't your size. Maybe you weren't in the mood to shop. Maybe you already had something similar. Does that mean the shoes were bad? No, they just weren't the right fit for you. The same applies to dating. You're not going to be everyone's fit, and that's perfectly okay. Instead of thinking, what's wrong with me? Switch to, I'm one step closer to someone who truly appreciates me. The biggest mistake you can make is letting rejection make you feel stuck. Because here's the thing: the only people who never experienced rejection are the ones who never put themselves out there. But you're trying, you're learning, and that means you're growing. Keep moving, keep learning, and most importantly, trust that what's meant for you won't need convincing if you've made it this far. Drop rejection is redirection in the comments. Let's see who our real community members are. I appreciate every single one of you who sticks around till the end. You're the ones who are truly committed to growth. Bonus point: master the art of reframing. Since you're still here, you're officially one of our real ones. And as a thank you, here's a bonus point that will completely change the game. The most successful and confident people don't see rejection as failure. They see it as feedback. Instead of taking it personally, they use it as information to move forward in a smarter, more intentional way. Think about it. If someone rejects you, it doesn't mean you're not good enough. It just means they're not the right fit. And knowing that saves you time, energy, and emotional investment. Let's break it down with an example. Imagine you ask someone out and they say no. Most people immediately spiral into thoughts like, I must not be attractive, or I should have done something differently. But what if instead You reframed it and thought, that's great. Now I don't have to waste time on someone who doesn't see my value. See how that changes everything. You're not losing. You're filtering. Every no you get is just eliminating the wrong ones so you can recognize the right one when they show up. Rejection isn't an obstacle. It's a shortcut to something better. If you've been dealing with rejection, remember this. It's not about your war. It's about the right fit. Keep growing, keep evolving, and never let rejection shake your confidence. If you got value from this video, hit that like button. It helps YouTube show this to more people who need to hear it. And if you want more daily content like this, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. We've also picked video just for you. It's on your screen right now. Check it out, and we'll see you back here.